What's up, guys? Welcome back to Group Influence, episode 11. I am your host, Axel, and this is my co-host, Juan. Today,
damn, bro.
what?
Nice enthusiasm.
Wait, sorry, just
Thanks.
real quick, not to fuck you up.
What?
Isn't it episode 10? Or do you
No.
have one not released yet?
No,
Oh, okay.
you're episode 11.
Gotcha.
You're coming out next week. We're just recording early. Thanks for fucking it up. So who I was about to introduce is this fucking,
Washed up.
Yeah. Washed up, skate or die.
That's me.
Is our guest today on the pod. How are you doing today, bro?
Doing good.
Thank you for interrupting
Wait,
me
what's your
earlier.
name?
Skate or
Skater
die.
die.
Skate or die.
Skate or Die.
Yeah.
AKA Misha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mishka. Привет.
Привет.
Привет. That's Russian if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. That's Russian, bro.
I don't know what it means, but Привет.
Means
It means hello.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Привет. Like
Здравствуйте is like good morning. Or no, it's more like hello. It's a little
Oh.
a little more formal.
Babushka.
Yeah.
That's
Ba-
all I know, bro.
Baba, my favorite.
Fuck yeah. But yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on the pod.
Thanks for having
We've
me.
been like planning this for like how many? Like 2 months now?
Yeah. Pretty much since you started.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, I want to make a podcast. You just come on. I'm like, get a few episodes in.
Yeah.
Get a little practice. And then I'll happily come on.
Acting like he's all this and that, bro.
I'm not acting. He wanted to call me famous YouTuber. And I
Well,
was like,
technically you are. How many subscribers do you have?
subscribers don't matter.
Nah, they do.
No.
Yeah. they
Views
do.
matter.
Or views, I guess.
Interaction, engagement.
Well, actually, you know, let's get into this. Because you were a big YouTuber, and now you've kind of like fallen off.
I was a big YouTuber for like 1 year. That was 2020.
Damn, that was 4 years ago? Really?
Yeah.
Is that really when things blew up?
That was like the peak because that's when skateboarding was the highest, just in terms of like popularity, at least, relative to recent times. And there was like a trend on TikTok to skateboard for whatever reason. So my channel was just there at the perfect time, perfect place. I started like 2 years before that. So it was already established. I kind of knew I had a flow going.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I just took advantage of it.
Did you ever start it like with those intentions of kind of blowing up?
That was literally the only reason I started.
Okay.
I was like, I want to make money. I'm pretty much done with high school. I don't want to get a job. I don't want to go to college because I don't know what I want to do in college. So I don't want to waste money there. I've always wanted to YouTube. So let me just try this. And I was like, well, obviously the biggest thing everyone asks, what do I make a channel about? That's like, people will ask that forever and then I make a channel. I just like literally picked the most random thing that I just, for whatever reason, I just thought skateboarding. There was no thought behind it. I was like, I'm just going to do skateboarding. I think maybe it's because of Eli. I think that's what it was.
I think it's 100% because of Eli.
I went out with Eli, which is one of our friends. We went out on a date, and he showed me how to skateboard. And I did like an ollie or something in the parking lot. And after that, I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. Or actually, I think we went to ATS.
What the fuck is ATS?
Altogether Skate Park in Seattle.
Nah.
Anyway, I went there. I dropped in. Or I probably just rolled in. I don't think I dropped in yet. And yeah, it was fun, and I just decided to keep on doing it. And then obviously start the channel. That's what really made me keep on doing it because I was like, well, now I have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got tired of it though.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was really into it for a good 3-4 years, I would say.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it got super like annoying to make the same videos over and over again because that's really what at the end of the day it became.
Mhm.
Like you only have so many things you can talk about in a video.
Yeah.
So I had my 10 list videos. One of my first videos, or actually my first video I have uploaded right now on my channel, which is 10 skaters you will meet. That's pretty much the formula for all the other videos that I ever made it on the channel. It was just list videos, 10 things of whatever. So eventually you talk about everything there is in skateboarding and you're like, okay, well now I got to do a part 2.
Yeah.
So you somehow make some new stuff, kind of use some old stuff in there, and then eventually make part 3, part 4, part 5. And at that point, I'm just reusing old stuff and I'm just saying it in a more funny way or adding something different to it to make it not be a complete ripoff of the original part.
Because you were doing like commentary kind of videos in a way.
That's how you could describe it as commentary.
How would you describe
I would describe it as list videos.
List?
Yeah,
videos?
because I mean, like the classic list videos are like I don't know, 10 crazy great white shark attacks, and it's just like some guy talking about the number 10. We have the great white shark at this beach. You know, it's essentially the same thing. It's just it's about a wider, or I guess you could say it's more original because I'm actually making the points, but also some of it isn't very original, and I'll just Google around stuff that I didn't know, or I would ask somebody like Eli, like, hey man, what do you think? I have like this point. Do you think it's a good point or not? Or what do you think I could write for it? Mm-hmm. And yeah, eventually I expanded it to have my friend Ben edit for me, which was big because I hate editing, and I still kind of do, unless it's something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
And he eventually started writing scripts for me too after he kind of got the hang of it. And yeah, that was like the peak Skater Die era.
Scripts, dude. Damn.
So would you say like you burnt yourself out?
Yeah, I definitely was getting very burnt out towards the end of it, which was like, I think it was like towards not August. So, I mean, 2021 is when I started getting burnt out, like towards the end of 2021 into 2022. Mm-hmm. And what really made me stop uploading at all, because before then I was doing a weekly schedule, is I got into crypto and I got a bunch of money that I thought I had. So I was like, oh, I'm fucking rich. I'm making like 50 grand a month doing nothing. And obviously everyone knows how that goes. Mm-hmm. I stopped doing YouTube because I'm like, I'm just going to focus all my energy on this because I'm making way more money and it's way less effort. End of the day, actually like 3 months later, I was like broke. I had no money.
And you had to go back to YouTube, right?
Yeah, I had to go back to YouTube.
No, it wasn't the same.
Well, I didn't go back to YouTube right away. I think it was like 6 months before I made a Skater Died video, which was like my going away video, which now it's privated because it's embarrassing.
Why?
It's just a really, like, if you, I don't know if you watched it, but it's a really cringy video. I'll show it to you later. But
I'll try and put the link for you guys. I'll try.
It's unlisted. I don't think it's private.
I'm gonna make you listed again.
I know there's not gonna be very many people that
like maybe like 40 people that'll be like,
all due respect. I mean, there might be a few on my channel. There might be like 100 or something, but there's a very low percent of people that are gonna see it. Maybe even 1,000. I'm gonna do a moonshot. Too nice, bro.
That's too nice, dude. Calm down.
But I mean, you never really know. Maybe this video takes off in the algorithm for some reason. Dude, that's kind of thing with YouTube. You never know what's gonna pop off.
How did you figure that algorithm out? Because I heard that like that's like a huge thing for YouTube. Like once you figure out the algorithm, like it's kind of like not guaranteed, but like there's a higher chance that you'll blow up.
Yeah, I watched a lot of videos on the algorithm. I just watched every like tutorial. Well, not a tutorial, but just more like videos about YouTube, like how to grow, how to blow up. I just constantly binged all those, and then eventually I kind of got it. Like, okay, you got to make your video not boring. You got to have quick cuts. You got to have, an engaging voice, which it took me a while to figure out and find my own voice in YouTube. Because if you watch my very early videos, I'm talking super monotone, kind of like I am right now. Yeah. But I guess maybe even now I have a bit more energy and enthusiasm in my voice. But back then I was just like talking to the mic super quiet. I had to turn it way up to actually even hear me. The music was way too loud. And yeah, when I really kind of discovered, or I guess found out the YouTube algorithm was actually really early on. And that was when I was like 12 and I made some RC playing videos.
Oh my God, I remember those videos. Yeah, dude, those are classics, dude.
And there's...
have you seen those?
Just watching like random RC playing videos?
No, like he has
his? Like my first channel.
Such a funny fucking
dude, I
video.
haven't seen
We'll
that.
show you after the pod. It's actually fucking funny.
You could put this video in here too.
Oh fuck it, I'll put it up right now.
The video that blew up on that channel, there was a few, but the first one that blew up, I got this brand new glider, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go out to my field and I'm gonna just gonna throw it and I'm gonna see how far it glides. And I throw it and I just spike it right to the ground and it breaks. It doesn't break super bad, but like the nose gets crunched or whatever. It wasn't a bad crash or anything. But I just titled it like
no,
KA8.
It's so funny, bro.
I titled it KA8 glider crash, like all caps on the crash.
Yeah.
And I got like 1,000 views. I'm like, oh shit, clickbait works. And that was pretty much the start of like.
And
okay,
you were 12?
I think I was like 12 or 13. So I was really young.
Okay.
But yeah. Since then, I just remembered clickbait works. You got to clickbait your videos. So when I first started uploading YouTube, I didn't instantly start doing commentary. I first started doing compilations. which really blew the channel up. Like I got from, I think it was, I think like 3 months into YouTube, I had 50,000 subscribers.
Jeez.
Because I was just uploading crash compilations and skaters getting into fights and just, I was literally just watching a bunch of skate videos on my computer, and then I would get all those videos recommended to me. So I knew what was hot. And then I would just recreate that same thing. I would sometimes even use the same footage.
Yeah.
So it was a dog world. Back then, I didn't give a fuck about ripping anybody off. I didn't try to be original. I just wanted to get some subscribers. And then from there, I knew that I couldn't get monetized doing that stuff because that's the way YouTube works. But my plan was, after a few months and it worked, I was like, okay, now... Well, I think I first tried doing like some t-shirts or something. Maybe someone even bought a t-shirt. That would be super rare. But I tried to monetize it. Obviously, you can't monetize that. So I was like, okay, I got to do something that's original to get it monetized. And that's when the whole commentary thing started.
So going back into like you coming out of high school and not wanting to go to school and all that stuff, was there people that you told about your YouTube idea and they were just like, no?
I didn't tell anybody about the YouTube until it was big.
Okay.
Like I think I don't know if you remember when I told you, but there's a certain point where like, hey guys, check out this video I made, and it was like 10 hottest like 10 cute skateboarding girls. Something. It was some kind of hot skateboarding girl.
Yeah.
Compilation.
I remember that. one. Yeah.
And Lucy was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I think I just posted it in the group chat or something. And by then I had like 20,000 or 30,000 subscribers, and the channel was growing. So yeah, I didn't really tell anybody. I didn't even tell my parents about it until I started getting like money from it, or not money, but once it got to a decent size.
Yeah.
If I don't know if this is like too private to ask, but like, when did you start like making money, and like how much were you rolling in after like you had like 100K subscribers?
Okay, so money was kind of weird because when I started uploading my commentary videos, I didn't want to just delete all of my old videos right away. Yeah. Because they're the backbone of the channel. They were carrying the channel. I was getting more views than I ever did before or like after. Yeah. From those compilation videos, I was getting like 1 million per day, which was crazy back then. Damn, 1 million, dude. Or fuck, dude. I might be capping. It might have been like 500K. Or something like that.
That's still like a lot though.
I gotta look at my analytics, but yeah, I was getting a lot of views per day. Yeah. And when I uploaded the first commentary video, it like flopped right off the gate. It didn't do shit. And then slowly, like I think it took about a month. I just kept on uploading the same videos as before, the compilation videos. And after about a month, it just randomly spiked and it started growing. And I was like, okay, this works. Now I'm gonna pivot to this full time. So then I started uploading. I did 3 more. The first video I did was 10 skaters you meet. I did part 2 and part 3. Part 2 for some reason is my most viewed video. I don't know why, but it's a really bad video.
How many videos? How many views?
It has like 3 or 4 million. Yeah, and if you watch it, it's so bad. Like I just can't even describe how bad it is. But anyway, I upload those 3 videos, and when I saw them outperforming my old videos, that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to hit the switch. I'm going to delete all my old videos. So I deleted like, I think it was 5 million views or something. Or yeah, I think it was like 5-10 million views off my channel. Just like in one day, I was like, all right, fuck it. I got to commit. There's no going back. If I want to make money from it, I got to delete those. Yeah. So I deleted them, and then I applied for the YouTube Partner Program. And the first time they rejected me for some reason, I think it was actually the first time I applied, I still had my old compilation videos. Okay, so that's why they rejected me. Then the second time I applied, it took about 30 days to get accepted. But I did get accepted, and then I think my first month, I want to say I made like $1,200, and back then I was working at AutoZone.
Oh my god, it was during those days, dude.
Yeah, so I worked at AutoZone for like 3 months during the summer because I wasn't making any money off YouTube. I just got out of high school. I got to get a job. That's what my parents told me. Like, you get a job or we're gonna kick you out. I'm like, okay, sure. So I got a job at AutoZone, and as soon as my first paycheck hit. Or maybe it was even, I don't think it was as soon as I got monetized. I wasn't that cocky. But as soon as my first paycheck hit my bank account, I was like, all right. I called my boss. I think I was with you, actually.
We filmed the video. I think I have the video of you calling your boss.
No way.
Because we were going to make like a whole thing out of it, like a whole YouTube video for your channel. Dude, I think I still have it.
If
on, like,
you have that, send it to me.
Bro.
That's actually crazy.
I will, yeah. Because you like calling me. You're like, yeah, like I'm quitting or some shit like that. You're like, I'm out. Peace, dude. I'm done with this job. Yeah. And he was like, oh. Okay.
I wish you well. Yeah,
I wish you well,
something
man.
like that. Well, when I got the job, he was like, "Is there anything that could prevent you from doing this job?" I'm like, "Well, I started a YouTube channel a few months ago. I don't know where it's gonna go, but if that ever does start growing, I'm gonna quit because that's what I'm gonna want to do full time." He's like, "Okay, sure, fair enough."
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually like, I like the job wasn't fun per se, but it was a good environment. There were chill people there. Well, I mean, they're all pretty chill. They're just not very bright, you know. Kind of they've been like working there for like 40
Well, you worked there.
30
it makes
years.
Sense,
Well,
dude.
yeah, obviously. I'm not very
out of
bright
high
either.
school, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh out of high school, man.
There are people there that were like in their 40s and 50s that have been
Yeah.
working there for their whole life, so they got all these benefits like rolling on. And the guy that my manager, Sal, the guy that hired me, after I quit, I remember he was like, what did he say? I don't know. Pretty much, we were just talking about like the channel, and I was buying some stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, man, like how'd you do it?" And or I don't know, something along those lines. And I pretty much said, "You just gotta have a dream and you gotta chase it."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I don't have enough time to dream." I was like, "Damn, that sucks."
That's some sad shit.
Yeah,
right
that's
there,
some
bro.
that hit me.
Dude, that's deep.
I remember those words to this day.
Bro.
I don't remember shit very well, but I remember those words.
Yeah, dude, that's so sad. I don't have time to dream.
I don't know where he's at now. He's not working there anymore, but hope he's doing well.
Oh yeah, Sal.
Yeah,
Sal, if you're watching this reason, man,
leave a
comment down below. Modelo.
Comment Modelo.
Bro, why would he? How does someone get in that mindset? Like, have you guys ever thought about that?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I feel like it's really popular nowadays. Like people having this negative mindset of like, I can't do this.
People just get like crushed so much in their life that they just give up. They're like, all right, I'm just gonna settle for this instead of trying to achieve something higher. And I can understand it from a comfort level. Like, well, I can even see it with my channel. Like, once I got to a certain point, I was just comfortable. I didn't want to move on from that because I was like, well, it's a good spot. I don't have to work very hard. Like, money comes pretty easily to me, or it's pretty reliable for now. So, like, why should I change anything?
I think people look at all those bad things that happen in their life in such a negative light. Because at the end of the day, everything that bad that happens to you, as cringy as it sounds, it all happens for a fucking reason.
Yeah,
like
true.
Straight up, it all happens for a reason. And if you take the time to sit in like the sadness and like the pain that you're going through, and know that you're allowed to feel that, and you're supposed to feel that, because once you're done feeling like that, it's only up from there. Like, you're not always gonna feel like shit forever.
Yeah,
and people think that.
And if you are feeling like shit for a long time, then it's probably a sign that you have to change something.
Exactly. Everything has a fucking purpose, a reason. There's always a reason why certain things happen. Like, I can fucking say that so hard. Like, right now with like my situation and everything, it's just like a lot of things that we had planned are not happening anymore, but it's all happening for a good reason. It's like that time. But it's also something I've been asking the guy from up above to show me, like these paths that I need to take, you know? So, yeah, you guys gotta stop being negative, man. Just be positive. Everything happens for a reason.
Because at the end of the day, you have to convince yourself, like, you convince yourself you can't do something.
Yeah.
Right? And like that guy, he's like, I don't have time to dream.
Yeah.
It's like, you're already just shooting yourself in the foot.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? So I always wonder what kind of things does a person have to go through to get to that point. Also, like, homeless people, bro.
Don't even get me started.
No, it's the truth. This is something serious, dude. Think about it. The shit you see homeless, let's say Seattle, right?
So
all
bad.
the tweakers out there. They were once kids, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Just think about that. They were once kids. They grew up. They lived whatever life they lived, but some choice in sometime in their life, it led them to be on the streets of Seattle, or wherever, like any city. Like, what has to happen for you to convince yourself that your situation is fine? You know, you get hooked up on drugs and shit.
I mean, once you're hooked up on the drugs, bro, like, you're in a different world.
But you're still like, let's say like you're transitioning from that like regular civilian lifestyle
Mm-hmm.
into that like homeless environment. Like you don't just
You're literally in the
yeah,
trenches.
it's not just like me
Yeah.
being like, you know what, bro? Fuck everyone I know. I'm gonna go live in Seattle on the streets. Like I can't just fit in just like that. Like I gotta be like, fuck, like 2 months on shit if I don't
Fucking on
OD.
fentanyl.
Yeah, I gotta be like all. Oh yeah, I shanked someone. Like I robbed someone.
Well, a lot of
I
it
need my
is
street
drugs.
cred, you know, a homeless street cred.
Yeah.
What did you do? I jumped an old
So
lady.
I always think about that. Like,
Yeah.
what choices led them to like be complacent with where they're at?
I think mostly it's the way that they're raised and the influences around them.
Mm.
Because if you have positive people around you, you're going to be a positive person. But if you have a lot of negative people around you, if you have domestic violence, abuse, whatever, that's really going to fuck you up. And
Especially if it's from like a young age.
yeah,
Too.
especially if you
Yeah.
grew up in a fucked up household, you're
Yeah.
going to be fucked up. There's like almost nothing you can do about that.
Like,
Which is very
you
unfortunate.
have to deal with that shit. Like if you know you're growing up in like a fucked up home and you know it obviously it has an effect on you.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking like once you're old enough, man, like go talk to a therapist or somebody, man. Let that shit
Yeah,
out.
and you're also like, once you do reach a certain age, like you're old enough to make your own decisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's right from wrong,
Yeah.
right?
And the thing is, people do get out of that too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's not like you're stuck in a hopeless place
Yeah.
because of your childhood.
But then you do have those people that are like, man, I grew up like this and I grew up like that, so I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Or they blame everything like on the government or something,
Yeah.
and then they just stay like that.
Those are just lazy people, bro. Let's be honest.
Well, I mean,
Because you can.
yeah, like all of our parents, I think yours too, are immigrants. Right?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Like
So-
it's possible, bro. Like
Yeah.
especially for like us, we're like what would you call us, like foreigners?
We're first generation Americans. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
But like just the where we're coming from in general, like parent wise,
Mhm.
like the way that we all grow up is it's just like, yeah, you can, bro. You really can.
Like our
there's
parents-
you can't.
I don't know about you guys. My parents came here not knowing English.
Same.
Yeah,
They
same.
came here broke. They literally lived on a boat.
Did they come on the boat?
Yeah.
Dude, they came on the boat.
Literally
dude.
on the boat.
So they went to like New York.
No.
Oh no, it's not that boat. I'm thinking, like,
That-
way
that
back,
would be
dude.
a
I'm
long
like,
Ellis
yeah,
Island.
I was thinking like
Ellis
way
Island, bro.
I can cover that though real quick. My parents came from Russia
Yeah.
during the 90s, and they came here just as a little trip for fun.
They're fucking
So-
spying on us, guys.
There's a lot of Russian spies in here,
Yeah.
but
there
Hey yo,
hey, yo.
there's a lot of different spies, not just Russian, and a lot of like Israeli people, dude. There's a lot of Israeli spies in here too. I mean, not to say anything about Jewish people, but like
Yeah.
they definitely
They're
some
sus.
they're not that they're sus. They're just very well connected, you know.
Yeah.
Very well
100%,
connected people.
Yeah.
And
The
they're,
money,
they're,
bro.
they're also very kind people.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend is Jewish.
Unless you fuck with them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ben. I forgot Ben's Jewish.
Yeah.
That's funny. But continue with your parents.
Yeah, so they sailed here from Vladivostok, which is like the most east part of Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and they went from Vladivostok to Alaska.
Yeah.
The little gap in between Russia and Alaska. They sailed through there,
I'll put
and-
up a picture for you guys right now.
and then they went all the way along the coast down to California.
Mm-hmm.
I think they went down to San Diego, and then they kind of moved their way back and started living in San Francisco eventually. But when they came here, they never planned to stay here. They just planned to visit. So once they got here, the Soviet Union collapsed. It had a whole revolution and all that. So Russia at the time was really fucked up. Like there was
Mhm.
people getting killed. There was horrible shit happening all the time. So they're like, it's better for us just to stay here now because we can actually make money here.
Yeah.
There's a future here. Going back home is gonna be just fuck. It's gonna suck because
Mhm.
they pretty much aren't gonna have a job there. Like the whole country was in disarray,
Yeah.
and it was also run by gangsters, which it still is. So yeah, they pretty much got stuck here,
Yeah.
living on a boat. I think they didn't know any English, so what they did to learn the language was they would have paintings and they would sell them on the street,
Yeah.
and then they would ask the person that bought them what the word was for that.
yeah.
So that's kind of how they got their start. into learning English. And then eventually my dad got a job painting houses, and my mom, she first worked at Goodwill as a receptionist, I think, or it was Goodwill or something, some kind of store like that, just a regular retail store.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that really helped my parents a lot is they're both very well educated. My dad was a scientist in Russia.
Oh shit.
And he developed lasers for the Soviet Union, like for their space program. And my mom worked at the newspaper. She was a reporter. And
It's a nice cover story, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
she was actually doing a story on my dad when they went out here.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Damn.
crazy. What the fuck?
Well, I think that might have been actually how they met. I might have been lying about that.
Well, okay,
right?
wait,
I
you
think
gotta
they
tell-
met that way, and then they.
How old? Your dad is an old motherfucker, bro. But dude, for his age, dude looks like he's in his fucking 60s.
My dad's 77.
77, bro.
My dad is
Damn.
50, or my mom is 58.
Ooh.
So yeah.
He got the game. He got the game. He said, "I'm a scientist. I make lasers. What's up?"
Yeah. Well, he was a lot of things. He was a scientist. He was a professor. He also, like, when he met my mom at the time, he was building boats and he was racing them on Lake Baikal, and he was doing expeditions, which is why
That's
I went
why they
here.
like sailing. Huh?
And boat racer.
Damn, bro.
And he still
Dude
races
is
to this day.
everything. Didn't you guys just went on like a big sailing trip, right?
Yeah, it was more of a job. It wasn't really a trip because we have some family friends that have a sailboat in Santa Monica, and they pretty much wanted to move. They wanted to move the boat up to Seattle,
Okay.
so they knew my dad obviously, and they're like, "Hey, you should come help us move this boat. We'll pay you." And he asked me. I usually say no to sailing trips because I don't really like being on boats for super long. Like,
Yeah.
you just it's from this trip. I that got reinforced. Like, this shit's fucking exhausting. Like, your boat's always rocking. You can't eat any food that's like actual food. You gotta eat like snacks because the boat's rocking too much to cook anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're always taking shifts. Like when we were on the boat, the hardest part when it was just three of us, it was me, my dad, and the owner of the boat.
Yeah.
His name is Vitaly, and he also had his wife there, but she left thankfully during that one part because essentially we went from Santa Monica to Santa Barbara, and then funny enough, my dad got a call that day that he got a stroke a week before from the hospital. So we pulled to Santa Barbara. Instantly, he gets put in an ambulance, sent to the fucking emergency room.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Wait, what the fuck?
I know.
Wait.
There's a lot of layers to this shit.
Take it back though. So he got called from the hospital and they told him you had a stroke last
week ago?
So pretty much the day before we were supposed to leave,
Yeah.
he was feeling off. So he went to the hospital and he got some MRI scans done.
Yeah.
They told him, okay, we're going to get you the results a week from now.
Yeah.
So we went to LA, and then we were working on the boat. They were getting it ready for like a week because the boat was not ready at all.
Yeah.
The boat was in really rough shape. Well, it wasn't in rough shape. It was a very nice boat, but it's just not meant for like open sea travel or just any sort of long distance travel. It was like more of a relaxed kind of cruising boat. I don't even think they ever used the sails, honestly.
Yeah.
And yeah, essentially as soon as we left, he was getting calls all day. He couldn't pick up the phone because he was like driving and he was just busy. He never even saw it. Linda, the wife of, or not the wife, more of the girlfriend of Vitaly, got a call from my mom saying that the police came to our house.
Oh shit.
And they were looking for my dad because, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, he's not here right now. He's in LA on a sailboat. So I can't reach him right now. So she called Linda and she pretty much told him, hey, we got to get to shore once we get to Santa Barbara and take you to the hospital because you had a stroke. And, you could just literally pass out and die any minute.
The fuck?
So, yeah, well, she overreacted a little bit, but I mean, because he was fine, obviously. Like, he was working on the boat this whole week.
Mm-hmm.
If he was going to die, he would have died earlier. But,
This dude.
But,
Fuck, dude.
I mean, he has high blood pressure, so he
Yeah,
has some medicine that he takes for that, but he never had a stroke before, so this was kind of like new. And yeah, anyway, we pull up. The funny thing is the EMTs like that greet us there. We're like, all right, where's the patient? And he's like, oh, he's driving the boat. He's here. And they're like, what? He's driving. He had a stroke. He's driving the boat. And my dad pulled the boat into the dock. He's like, yeah, it's me. He's like already on shore next to them, like tying up the ropes.
So, Russians, bro.
Yeah, my dad's
made out of some fucking crazy shit, dude.
Yeah, so they take him to the hospital. He gets checked up. He was fine. It was like they had a minor. He had a minor stroke. It wasn't very bad. Like he didn't lose any bodily functions or anything. But they went to the hospital. They said that it looked better from the MRI scans from last week, so it's going away. And they gave him some aspirin for medicine and sent him on his way back to us.
Never would I thought they'd just give you some aspirin for a fucking stroke.
How, like, was he? So he was in previously at the doctor's, right? Getting like some sort of, he's getting like checked out or something.
Well, he got checked out the day before we left because he was like feeling off. Because he has high blood pressure, so he like checks it, and that day it was like off the charts or something, so he just went in for a check.
And then a week later, they call him like, "Yo, you had a stroke."
Yeah.
What the heck?
I feel like they'd call you like the next day, no?
Well, I guess results. I don't know.
I mean,
it might not have been a week. It might have been like 5 days, but yeah.
Still quite a bit of time.
Yeah, it's still quite a bit of time for a stroke.
That'd be so shit. Like midway, or like getting a call like you have another stroke.
Yeah.
It must have been like not super serious though, right?
Yeah. No, it wasn't super bad. No, thankfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, now he's on medicine and we know about it, so we can hopefully prevent it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I was getting into though is after we got to Santa Barbara, Linda left with their dog. Thankfully, their dog would have not made it. Well, he would have made it, but he would have had to shit on the fucking floor because he had a little potty area up at the front.
Yeah.
And pretty much what happened is we had to sail about 200 miles, and the boat isn't very fast. It's a sailboat. Mm-hmm. So our speed was 6 miles per hour, or that's what we were expecting. So we were like, okay, this is going to be like a 40-hour trip, roughly, like, a little bit less maybe.
Yeah.
It was not a 40-hour trip. It was more like a 3-day trip, which is like what, fucking 68 or
almost 72.
72, yeah, that's right. It was 72 hours.
Yeah.
And thankfully we had extra fuel on board because we found out later that the boat burns 1 gallon of diesel per hour, and the tank has 50. We also had 25 on board, so we had just enough fuel to get there. But
fuck it,
well, at least in the end. But essentially, the first day we're going through, it's fine. We're taking shifts. We're doing 3 hours during the day, 2 hours at night. The first day was pretty calm. It was like a little bit wavy, like maybe 20 mile per hour winds, but it wasn't that crazy. Like waves were like maybe 5-6 feet. The second day comes on, and we see that there's a big storm coming through. I'll send you some pictures of what it looked like. I couldn't get any videos at night because that's when it really got crazy.
Yeah.
But essentially, it was picking up more like 30, 40 mile per hour winds during the day. And then after I was done with my shift, I went to go take a little nap because, it's been like 24 hours or over 24 hours, and I'm still on this boat. We didn't really... We had some pasta. We were able to cook that night. But...
Did you see mermaids, bro? Are they real?
We saw lots of dolphins. I mean, we saw everything. We saw whales, dolphins, fish, like everything you could think of.
Yeah. Sharks?
Yeah, I saw a shark.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What?
It was a leopard shark. It was at the marina in San Francisco, or Sausalito.
In the marina?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
Yeah. It wasn't a very big shark. It was like this big. They're really cool sharks, actually. They look pretty cool. They look like I guess, leopard. That's what they're called. But anyway, second night rolls around. I wake up. I take a massive shit, bro. I don't know what I was eating. I guess I was just like the past 24 hours of eating like whatever I could, but it was like fucking Play-Doh. Like it would not drain down the toilet.
Oh my fucking god!
Like it was rough, bro. And keep in mind the boat's fucking rocking back and forth, so I'm trying to like fucking get it down, and I'm just getting banged up against the wall. I'm fucking holding on to the ceiling so I don't fucking fall into it.
Try to aim.
Yeah. I can just imagine, yo.
And you gotta keep in mind this boat, and I think most boats are like this. They don't have toilets like you do here. They don't have any water pressure. There's nothing to flush it down.
Yeah.
There's a little hand pump that puts new water in it and takes out the old, but there's no pressure behind it really.
Okay.
So like essentially, you gotta clog it to be airtight for it to actually get sucked through.
Okay.
This shit was too big to get clogged airtight. Or I mean, I guess it wasn't big enough. It was like kind of sideways, you know. It wouldn't even go in because it was like Play-Doh, bro. It was rough. So what I had to do, I had to grab an empty toilet or an empty paper roll, like one of those paper rolls. And I had to stuff it down in there.
Oh my fucking God,
while it's like I'm getting rocked back and forth. I finally get it down. I'm like, all right, thank God I'm not gonna have to live in shit for the next like week or however long I'm gonna be on this boat. Because essentially, I don't want to get off on a tangent, but the boat has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
And it has a little living room space, kind of like the size
How
of this rock.
big is this thing? 2 fucking bathrooms and 2 bedrooms. I feel like that's. Is it the size of this garage?
It's bigger than that. It's 44 feet. 44 feet long, 16 feet wide.
Yeah, never mind.
And the widest part.
Yeah.
But it's all pretty cramped in there, especially when you have people in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, I took that shit. I go outside and I see fucking water. Up like I don't see sky in water. I see water. I'm like, oh fuck. And I see my dad like fucking looking like this, like just steering the boat because we have autopilot. The autopilot turns off when it's rough.
Yeah.
So he was driving it manual. I'm like, oh shit. And right as I see that, I also notice that it's getting dark.
Yeah.
So it's about to be pitch black, and we're about to be going through some shit.
Is it really like you cannot see shit out
Bro,
there?
is it like those videos of like crazy ocean videos?
Yeah,
they're, like,
dude.
Deep out.
It was like a fucking movie, like that you see like people getting rocked in
that.
waves.
Fuck.
Like it was like a fucking movie.
I
So,
couldn't
okay,
do
so
it,
when you
bro.
say when you looked up, all you saw was water. So I'm talking about a big ass wave, then,
Yeah.
right? Fuck.
Like you're like in a pool, sort of like a crater of water.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So pretty much, there's like there's a cabin area inside,
Yeah.
and then there's like the cockpit that's outside, and once there's a little like glass panel on the door that you can open, and then you walk out there, and then there's like the steering wheels, and then there's the cockpit area where you can sit down and then just steer and all that stuff. There's all the GPSs and all the navigational stuff up there. So yeah, and I'll send you some videos of that too, so you get an image of that. But yeah, essentially, I'm like, okay, shit, it's gonna be my turn soon. It's gonna be very fucking rough. The winds were, at that time, they were 50 miles per hour, 50 knots. And the highest I saw them get to was 60 knots. Waves had to be like 15 feet.
Damn.
Like it was gnarly. And
Okay, 15 or 50?
15.
Oh, just
Yeah.
that's fucking tall.
15.
As fuck.
still big,
If it
bro.
was 50,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here.
God.
Because yeah, pretty much we have life jackets. We got clips for them because sometimes a wave will hit you when you're on there and you could get knocked off, which happened a few times. And we didn't get knocked off, but like waves would come through and crash on the side of the boat. They're kind of like rogue waves, but they're not very big. We didn't get hit by any big rogue waves. Anyway, yeah, I go out there and I'm like shit, and then I go down for a little bit, get something to eat. I come back up. It's already like getting dark because the sunset's like setting, and that's when I kind of start like fearing for my life because I'm like, dude, this is like really rough. The boat is like just hole smacking. This like coming down on waves. It's like a loud crash every time it happens. So I'm like, fuck, is this boat gonna like break? Like, are we about to have like, are we gonna have to like pull out the raft and fucking float in this water now in the raft?
Dude.
So I just sat next to my dad while he was steering, and I was just holding on to this fucking bar for dear life as we were getting rocked. And yeah, that was a really scary night. I barely, well, I still had like 2 hours before my shift because my dad was steering, but I couldn't go back to bed because obviously I was fucking terrified of dying. So I just sat there for a while, and then it just kept on getting worse and worse. And the worst part was the wind started getting so fast that the boat wouldn't steer into the wind. And keep in mind, during this time, like during the day, our speed was really low. It was like 3 miles per hour. Towards the time I came out, it was already like 1 mile per hour, which is like abysmally slow. We still have another 50 miles to go, or I think it was like 50 or 70. I don't remember exactly. But at this point, it's telling us we got 70 hours. So, oh yeah, also, before it got really bad, like a few hours before, I think it was right after my shift ended, we decided to fill up the gas tank with the canisters we had on board, which is a very good idea because we would not have been able to do it for the next 24 hours.
Yeah.
And yeah, where was I at?
You were holding on to dear life to the pole while your dad was
You had to
steering.
refuel.
Yeah. So the wind was so strong that it would hit the side of the boat because we were just trying to go into the wind, right?
Mhm.
But the waves would kind of make the boat rock side to side. And sometimes when the right wave and the right wind hit, it would just spin the boat around.
Nah,
No
I'm
way.
out, bro.
And you couldn't keep
that,
it straight.
dude.
And throughout the night, we were just trying to keep it straight into the wind.
Yeah.
You know, eventually, my dad, I think he did that. He did his shift for like another 2 hours after that, and then it was my turn to go up there and steer the ship. And dude, as soon as I got it, it was like instant fucking like spinning around. It took me a while to get the hang of it, just to keep it centered into the wind.
Mhm.
And our speed this time, while in the day it was 1, now it was 0 or it was negative. We were literally going backwards, going into the wind.
I don't know how you fuckers like to be out in the ocean. Bro.
I didn't like
Fuck
that shit.
that
dude.
shit.
I
Dude.
did not
That's
like
the type
that.
of shit that I'd be like, I'm about to die.
That's what
It's
I thought,
over, bro.
Dude, I was praying to God. I was like, please let us make it back to the fucking marina. I want to make it back in one piece.
Bro, he heard
I
you, bro.
I don't want to lose my dad.
Straight up, bro.
My mom's gonna fucking like not gonna make it if we don't make it out of this.
Does
So,
it do like the waves crashing on the boat? Does it fuck with like the electrical at all?
No, everything is waterproof. So
Okay.
yeah, but
So there's no like
Oh,
lights
good.
flickering and shit.
no.
That'd be so fucking
'Cause
scary.
what I think
bro.
of immediately is like
Yeah.
Titanic, bro. All the lights are like flickering and shit.
Well, that's the thing. If the lights went out and if the boat lost power for some reason, we'd be pretty screwed out there. Like we still have our phones, we still have navigational stuff on there.
Yeah.
We could still call someone. We got radios, but the boat has radar, so it shows you how far the rocks are. Which the most dangerous part and why this trip was so dangerous was because we had to go along the coast this whole time. It would have been a lot safer if we went out to the ocean 200 miles out
Yeah.
and then just with sails made our way to Seattle.
Mhm.
We would have already finished the trip.
A lot faster.
Yeah, we would have
than
finished the trip
going
already
near the
if we
coast.
did that. But the boat wasn't ready for that. It just didn't have the shit for it.
Yeah.
And also Linda, especially, she did not want to do that. She was like, pretty much, why are we going in the middle of the ocean? We just want to cruise up to Seattle, nice and smoothly, blah blah. My dad was really stressing about having AIS, which is like a system that transmits your location on the boat,
Mhm.
but they didn't have that on the boat, and it took a really long time to get it installed. They needed somebody to come out there, so pretty much we couldn't do it. And Linda, who is a very great person, I just gotta preface this with,
They don't sound. I'm already sick of Linda. Her fucking name, Linda. Who fucking names your kid Linda?
both Linda and Vitalik are really fun people to be around.
Vitaly, bro. Fucking Vitaly.
Tele TV.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
That's
when
what
he
I was
said
thinking of too. But yeah, they're great people, very very good hospitality, but they just don't understand the ocean as well as my dad does.
Yeah.
And he was like, we need to have AIS because if something happens, we're gonna be fucked. And this whole time she was like, well, I have a Garmin and it has this red button, and if I press it, I get saved guaranteed. I didn't say I bit my tongue because I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, you have that, and it will save you, but it's going to take him a few hours to get there. If something was to happen and we were to wash up on the rocks, you wouldn't have 2 hours to get saved. You'd have 5 minutes, if that, because
Mhm.
you're just going to get fucking crushed.
Yeah.
Like,
Just drown.
and your raft isn't going to save you. Nothing's going to save you if you get on the rocks. That's why it's so dangerous to go on your shore.
Well, that's why they
Yeah.
called you guys too, right?
What's
Like,
that?
They called your dad specifically to do the job.
Yeah.
Like he's the expert.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they would have gotten AIS. They definitely have enough money for it. I think they spent like 20 grand on the trip. Like it was crazy how much they were spending to get everything ready because the boat just didn't have all this shit ready for it.
Where do people get all this fucking money, man? Yeah, just let me drop 20 grand real quick. Fucking A, man, for a fucking 3-day trip.
Well-
Fuck that, just to possibly die.
I don't want to talk on their finances too much, but Vitalik is a high up in Microsoft.
Never mind.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he has a plane. He flew us out there, and we took the boat. But yeah, essentially, if the power was to go out,
Hmm.
we would lose that radar, and if our phones died also, we wouldn't know how far we are from rocks. And at night, especially, you can't see anything. You can't see like literally 5 feet outside the boat.
Can you even see the water?
You can see the water because there's lights on the boat,
Yeah.
but that's it.
But if there wasn't any light.
If there wasn't any lights, yeah,
And it's like a few feet, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't fully
like
extend out.
if there's no moon, if there's like clouds covering the sky, yeah, you couldn't see anything. It would be pitch black.
That's so scary, bro.
Fuck that, dude.
But luckily that night it was a clear night, and I remember when I was steering. I think it was like 12 o'clock by that point. And I looked up at the sky and I could see the galaxy and all the stars. It was like a crazy night sky because we were so far out. And that moment of looking up at the sky and the boat's rocking and I see it like moving like like you're in a little sphere, like it's like little snow globes.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. And that moment just gave me so much peace. I was like, damn, I think we're gonna make it. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And after that, shortly after Vitalik came up, he said, I saw him go up. My dad was out there with me, and he's like getting rocked by the waves. He can't see shit. He's like, oh, I can just see on his face, like, oh shit. And both me and my dad are like yelling at him, put your life jacket on. It's downstairs. He goes down because the whole time we weren't really wearing life jackets all the time because it just wasn't that rough.
Yeah.
He came back. He was like literally bewildered at what was going on. And he got the hang of steering the boat. And I went, and I didn't think I could pass out, but I was so tired. I slept for I think it was like 2 or 3 hours.
Nah, I cannot. I cannot.
I was just,
Fuck
I was
that.
done. I was hungry. I was exhausted. I had almost no sleep. So I just passed out. I'm like, you know what? If we fucking die,
Die in your sleep.
at least I'm going to be sleeping.
Nah, dude, you're not gonna be sleeping, bro. Like that's just gonna flip over. You're gonna fucking fall with it. You're like, oh, wake up and be like, oh fuck. All you see is just water coming in and it's dust.
Yeah, but eventually, by the time I woke up, it was starting to become morning. I walked out. It was still really wavy. We were going like 1 mile per hour, but we were making
so
progress
slow,
at least.
bro.
Yeah,
That's so goddamn slow. I don't know. I cannot do that. Like I think I'd literally shoot my brains out. Like even if it wasn't like rough or anything, like 1 mile an hour and in the middle of the ocean where like all you're looking at is fucking water the whole fucking time. Like fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that either.
Yeah.
well, we weren't in the middle of the ocean. We were like 10 miles out. But yeah, you couldn't see the coast.
Exactly. Still, fuck that, dude. Fuck that, man. The water in general is just fucking scary ass place, dude.
No, it is kind of
I
scary
hate the ocean.
because you can look at your depth and you're like, oh, it shows infinity because you can't see the bottom.
I don't like that.
In reality, it's like 2,000 feet, but still.
It's still fucking deep,
2,000
bro.
feet's pretty fucking deep.
Fucking deep, bro.
Yeah.
I think Lake Chelan is deeper than that, right?
Lake Chelan's deep as
Did
Did
fuck.
you know that?
2,000
Lake,
feet?
Lake
I
Chelan is
didn't
like,
know that.
I think 3,000 feet.
It's a really big lake,
Rummy,
to be fair.
can you look that up real quick?
Romith.
How deep is Lake
Please.
Chelan?
But yeah, after that night, that was the worst night of it all. It was, we made it to wherever we made it to. I forgot exactly where it was. Maybe it was Santa Rosa.
Oh,
1,400.
It's like
maybe
1,500.
six. That's pretty
still one of
close.
the deepest
Yeah, it's pretty
lakes,
deep.
though.
Yeah,
I think it's like the second deepest lake in the U.S.,
yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah, for a lake, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if we talked about that. I don't know, like what 2 episodes ago?
Yeah, it just has a lot of deaths and a lot of shit
Yeah,
seems to
dude.
happen around there.
We're on Lake Chelan.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's like
Fuck,
a school bus.
full of kids,
What? Yeah, a school bus full of kids crashed into Lake Chelan.
and they all died.
That's fucked.
They didn't. What? They didn't get the body, right? They didn't get the bodies. Like,
No, it was like I think they couldn't find all of them. I think at some point they did, maybe.
I remember when I was like
Yeah.
15, or maybe I was older. I think I was like 16, 17. I went out to Lake Chelan with Ben, and we decided to camp there. And obviously, well, we had some money back then, but we would try to get a campsite, but it was all booked up. It was like
Yeah.
the weekend on the summer. So we just like went on this one road and kept on driving until we could find a spot. And we just pulled up at this like around these all these other houses. It was just an empty like lot because I guess it was too steep to build a house on.
yeah.
We put our tents up, and it was like super steep, whatever. In the morning, we wake up and like we're like literally just laying on the side of our tent.
Oh
Like,
my
just, like,
god!
hanging off the
dude.
cliff. Not like it wasn't like a cliff, but it was like a super steep hill. We're just like
Yeah,
hanging
yeah.
on. Like if we didn't have like the spikes into the ground, we probably would have fell in the fucking water.
That would have fucking sucked. Just trapped.
Start
inside a
rolling
fucking
in your tent.
dude.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, yeah. But damn, bro, that sounds like a fucking crazy ass trip.
Yeah, that was a
in
crazy
general.
trip.
Like,
And that was only like the third day of it or something. That was fucked.
so it was like the last day of the trip. Where,
No,
like,
that was
everything-
that was the third day of going on the ocean.
How many days were you out in the ocean then?
I was gone 16 days. So I think the first 3 or 4 were spent in Santa Monica fixing the boat. Not fixing, getting it ready, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Getting all the ropes, buying bunch of shit, bunch of safety gear. And I guess that makes it about 10 days on the water. And we would essentially go to the closest marina that was safe enough for us to stop at. We didn't anchor at all because that would have been also really sketchy. But yeah, we just went marina to marina, and we ended up still in California. We never made it out of California, but we ended up in it's the largest city in Southern California, or Northern California. I forgot what it's called.
Sacramento?
Not Sacramento.
No.
It's the capital, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
It's near the water.
No idea.
No, I can't remember. Let me look that up.
Largest city
it a
near the
fucking
water
law?
in
Is that what it is?
California.
Northern California. Oh, you hear that? I don't know if you guys can hear the fucking beeping right now. Our neighbors.
Those EV cars, bro.
Oh, it's an EV car?
She doesn't know how to fucking back up.
I thought it was a Lime scooter.
No, she doesn't know how to like back up. So her car makes this loud noise every time she's backing.
It's all
up.
EVs, bro.
It's so annoying.
Northern California, not
So annoying. Like sometimes I get home really late.
Yeah.
And then I'm about to fall asleep.
And you hear
All
that.
I hear
and it wakes
is
you up.
meow, meow.
Here,
You know why they do
I'll find
that?
it real quick.
Why?
Because EV cars, you know how they're quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're backing up, a car is required to make a certain amount of noise.
Mm-hmm.
And so they didn't make any noise, so they added that in.
That shit's obnoxious.
Yeah. Like
Not
Toyotas, the
Yeah.
hybrids. Or I don't know what hybrids, but like the EV Toyotas, they make a sound. It sounds like heaven, bro. It sounds like, like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard one. Yeah.
when
yeah.
they're just reversing.
Yeah, I think this is a Nissan Leaf.
Oh, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Eureka.
Eureka. The fuck! I've never heard of that place before.
Never been
Really?
there.
No, never heard of that. Did you also stop in like Oregon?
We never made it to Oregon.
Oh, so you only stopped in California. So you never made it to Seattle.
Yeah. The boat's still in California. Essentially,
Did you guys just like decide?
well, it wasn't up to us, but if everything went as planned, we would have kept on going. I would have still been out there.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have been out there till the end of the month. Well, actually,
Damn, bro.
maybe less because we went through like the worst part of the whole West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Like that part is notoriously known for big storms. Oh, also, real quick side note: when we left San Francisco,
Yeah.
there's a little area there that's really shallow.
Mhm.
As soon as you cross the Golden Gate Bridge, and my dad wanted me to go through it for whatever fucking reason. It was early in the morning. I was like, no, I'm not going to go through it. It's going to be really shallow, and it's going to be really big waves there because that's just the way water works. But I skipped through like a little section of it, and when we did that, our anchor that was on the front of the boat somehow fell out onto the side. So it was scraping on the side of the boat for like an hour or two before I realized that. So if we didn't realize it, the boat could have possibly sank because it would have fucking
Titanic
got a hole in
type
it.
shit, bro.
Damn.
Imagine he came back and told us that story and he survived.
Yeah,
dude.
I got rescued.
He got rescued and everything.
The
bro.
red
That
button
would've
on the
been
garment,
crazy.
bro.
But yeah, the reason we stopped is for some reason Linda thought my dad wanted to go out to the middle of the ocean, which he did not want to do. The boat wasn't ready for that. He was just kept on saying that if we went out to the middle of the ocean, it would be a lot safer because we wouldn't have to worry about rocks. We didn't have to worry about going into jetties all the time because there's crazy current in there. So essentially, I don't know if she was worried or the owner was worried, whatever. The owner called like the day before we left back here, and he was like, "Hey, you guys just get a slip here. We're going to rent it for like 2 months or whatever. We're going to just have you guys fly back and come back when the weather's better." So that's
They were
where
just
we're at now.
paranoid, bro.
So you're just waiting for
Yeah.
the call.
So
is that why you said you might be leaving on Monday again?
yeah, not anymore. Now,
Yeah.
now I know it's going to be in like maybe a month, and we're not sure if we're going to take it to Seattle anymore. We might just take it back to Santa Monica because they rented the slip in Seattle for only until like September or October. I think it ends in September.
Yeah.
So pretty much if we were to bring it up here by August, that would leave him like a month.
month. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wouldn't really be worth it.
At least you're getting paid.
Yeah. I
At
mean,
least you're getting
it
paid.
was a good like experience just to
Yeah.
have, like, fucking, put some fear in you, get some crazy stories out of it.
Yeah, I guess, dude. Fuck.
Learn a lot about wind and sailing, or not sailing, but moving a boat.
Mm-hmm. That shit's bro. That's like a nightmare for me, bro. Just being on the
Yeah.
ocean in general, just like water is just scary, bro. Even being in a lake, it creeps me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, you remember that lake that we go to by your cabin?
Ames Lake.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was called. We went there last time on the little boat that we had,
Mm-hmm.
and then like there's like that one tree branch that's like in the middle of the water.
Oh yeah, we
It
can
just
stand on it.
floats, yeah,
Yeah.
and like you can stand on it and then it slowly goes down. I didn't like that. They were having a blast.
It's so fun, dude.
They're like, dude, it's so fun. I'm like, how the fuck is this fun? Like, I got on it and I slowly started sinking, and all I could think of was like, there's no bottom. I was like, no.
but,
I was like,
but it
fuck
brings
this.
you back up.
Nah, dude, fuck that. Just something about that just scares me, bro. Just not knowing what's underneath me is just very scary.
Sharks, bro. That scares me about the ocean.
I kind of find comfort in it because, if you fall into the water, sure, there's a big depth below you, but you're not gonna go any deeper, unless
Unless you know how to fucking swim.
yeah, unless you know how to fucking swim. but like being in the air, I can understand how heights could scare somebody, because you're like, oh, if I make a wrong step, I'm gonna fucking fall to my death. But in the water, you're not really gonna fall to your death. Like, you're just gonna be kind of floating there.
But would you be more scared of heights or like water?
Bro, the only reason I'd be scared of water is if like a shark fucking eats me.
Yeah.
But like heights, I'm not really scared of heights, but yeah, that is true what you're saying. Of like in the water, you're just gonna float, bro.
I mean, I guess.
Even if you don't know how to swim, bro, people, what makes them die is like they start panicking
Mm-hmm.
and start just like fucking slapping their hands and shit, not doing shit. When literally, you literally don't have to do shit. Like, you can just kind of like let go and be one with the water, and you'll like float back up.
Did you guys ever play dead in the pool when you were younger to see if anybody would pay attention to you? I did
Yeah.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Nobody ever came in for me.
Or
My
you're
mom
just like
would just
floating there.
Yeah, I'm just floating like dead.
You're like trying to hold
yeah,
your
I'm
breath.
trying to hold
You're
as
like,
long
what
as
the fuck?
possible.
No one's
bro.
coming for me.
I'm like, a minute. That's crazy. But I could be gone in a minute and no one would know. And then I get out, and my mom would be like, "Ya, deja con tus mamadas, estar muerto en la piscina." She'd be like, "Dude, stop with your fucking bullshit of being dead in the pool." Like,
Your smile is
"Ah,
just
bro."
like immediately gone. You're
Yeah,
"Oh,
like,
fuck.
damn,
No one cares
fuck,
about
dude.
me."
You know what's weird? When you're in a pool and you're just like floating with your head underwater, not like underwater, but like, playing dead, have your face down. I feel like you can hold your breath way longer than you can if you just dive down.
Huh.
Well, because you're not doing anything, right? Like, you're not moving.
Well, you don't have to move if you dive down too. You can just hold on to something. But like, I feel like it's just the fear of
true.
like being deep underwater that your body is like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Now that I really think about it, I feel like I can hold my breath a lot longer, just floating there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
compared to me like trying to be underwater and like holding my breath. I think it's more of like also like when you're trying to like stay underwater, it's also like a mindset. Like, you're telling yourself like, I gotta stay in here for like this long, and like
Mhm.
you think about it more on your breathing, which freaks you out, which then you come up to the top, compared to like, I'm gonna play dead, see who comes and gets me. And then no one fucking comes. Like, you're just there for fun at that point.
Yeah.
How many episodes have you seen, bro?
Episodes?
Yeah, like from this pod.
I fully watched like probably 3 or 4 of them, but I'll like skip through some of them. I've watched some of your clips too.
What do you think about the clips? Because that's a new thing too. Like,
Mhm.
do you think it's a good idea? Do you think?
Well,
they're
obviously it's a
alright?
good idea. Like, I think it's essential to have clips and have shorts and short form content. That's where everyone's attention span's at right now. Or
Yeah.
it's kind of going to right now too.
Yeah.
But the thing is, long form is also making a comeback, especially like podcasts, which is kind of surprising. But also it's not, because for a while like with YouTube and everything, people had such short attention spans. Not even like before even TikTok. Like it would just be like in the editing, there would be such quick cuts and such like just constant drama.
Yeah.
But now I feel like there's a bit more storyline and progression and character building that goes on in videos. And also, obviously podcasts are that exaggerated because you get to sit down and listen to somebody talk for hours,
Yeah.
So, yeah, like about your clips and stuff, I feel like they're good, but you got to add some more, I guess. I don't know, just something to keep people watching, because that's the biggest thing. If you have one stagnant clip of like with no cuts that's over 10 seconds, it gets boring. Now, obviously for podcasts, it's a different type of content, but for clips, I feel like, putting images up or even having text at the bottom that just like copies that, or like having fucking what's that game called, Subway Surfers playing underneath it.
Yeah.
It's gonna get people to watch it longer.
Why do you think that is? Like that whole Subway Surfers thing, like under like a podcast clip or something, like became so huge.
It keeps them engaged, bro.
Yeah, I mean, people crave stimulus in this day and age. Like, if you don't have constant stimulus, their brain has a negative response to it. That's literally all it is. Like, that's the way all social media apps are structured. They're structured for quick, instant dopamine hits. And over and over and over again. If you're watching something and you don't get quick instant dopamine hits, then you're just gonna tune out of it.
Yeah.
But also having long form engaging content, like an interesting conversation or an interesting story, that also it kind of brings you back to the original root of storytelling.
Yeah.
Which keeps people engaged. And that's kind of what I think people are discovering now too.
Especially like I mean, obviously, like ever since starting this podcast, like I've had to do like a lot of research and like ways of like when to post certain clips on social medias, like TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, and like when to post your like YouTube channel and on your YouTube channel and all that good stuff, and like what's trending right now to like talk about and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I've just been hearing like a lot of like on like Joe Rogan and then like Jumpers Jump and like a bunch of other podcasts, like they're all just saying like right now, like in 2024, like for some reason, like our generation, like it went from like I guess you could say like TV shows to like Netflix to like YouTube, like drama, and like the category of entertainment now is just podcasts. It's like so huge for some reason right now.
Yeah,
like,
I could see that.
Like huge. It's weird. I'm not gonna lie.
You know what I think it is? I think a lot of people are lacking social interaction.
Yeah.
A lot of people are online. So they watch podcasts as a form of getting that talk, the long form talk with somebody that they lack in their real life, because most people just don't sit down and talk with somebody without any interference.
True.
For that long. And that used to be the norm, if you think about it. So it's kind of makes sense that's why it's kind of coming back, because we've gotten so detached from that. And now that we're getting it again, we're like, oh shit, this is actually what's really good. Because all those short, quick forms of content, they're at the end of the day, they're just meaningless. They don't give you any substance. They don't teach you anything. Or maybe they do, but it's just a different like kind of. Yeah, I don't know. But it's different,
Yeah, it's different.
And it's what we started off doing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Is there any current projects that you're working on right now?
Not really. I'm just kind of, in terms of YouTube, I'm just kind of doing what I want. Like, recently I made a video about some brakes that I got from a sponsor. I did the video just because I got the brakes, I just wanted a good discount on them, so I made a video and I was like, hey, well, the Suron is a big passion of mine, right now, and it has been for the past few years. So that's why I've started shifting more of my content to Surons.
Explain real quick what a Suron is for those that don't know.
It's a electric dirt bike, which is definitely street legal.
Yeah.
And it's very fun.
Aren't they changing like the laws for that kind of stuff now? That's what I've heard lately because
The laws have been changed for a while. It's just down to the regulation. A lot of cops. I've personally never gotten bothered on my Suron. I've ridden past plenty of cops all over the place, especially in Seattle. They like you can do a wheelie past them. They're not going to care.
No, it's fucking Seattle at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
They have
Bro,
so
I
many
feel
other
like
things to
it's
worry
lawless when I go over there, dude.
about. Seattle?
Yeah, like I really don't care. I'm like, fuck it, I'll do this. Even if it's like something sketchy, you know, like while I'm driving. Yeah, fuck it, bro. It's Seattle. I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, the cops have a lot more to deal with there than they do here in Kirkland or just Redmond area.
Oh,
Belleville
yeah.
area.
I mean, you could say from like, where is it? From like Newcastle down to, I guess you could say down to Bothell, like maybe Linwood.
Up?
Yeah, like up north. Like from there to like there, like that's where like it's super calm and like quiet. It's kind of like middle class to high class, you know? Like there's no homeless people.
Upper
and all
middle
that.
class.
Yeah,
Like that,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly. But you go to Seattle, like you get everything.
Yeah.
They don't give a fuck, dude. Like where was it? I think I was in Kent like 3 days ago for work, and there was like a freeway exit, and I was like at a light to keep going straight. But on the left side, there's like this big grass opening, and there's just like a bunch of homeless camps, bro. Like they had like a bunch of flags that were just like they're like for those that need a free place to stay because they won't give us money or food, come here. And it was just like, dude, I'll show you guys the video real quick, and I'll post it up on the channel as well. But it was just like a bunch of fucking homeless people just there, bro. Like it was, I don't know. Here, I'll show you first. You can see.
If they got a place to stay,
Damn.
they're gonna go there.
Just a tent encampment.
Tent City, yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's just crazy, bro. And I saw like so many little kids.
Really?
Like little fucking kids, bro. Like 3-4-year-old kids.
Damn. Well,
It's
it's
like,
probably.
damn,
Do you think
bro.
it's immigrants that are coming in here, or do you think it's?
I mean, obviously for the last couple months, like if you're gonna get into like politics, I don't know a lot of politics, but like I just know like
Oh, they've been pouring in, bro.
yeah, they've been pouring in, bro. Like Chinese, Venezuelans.
You know what I
and
heard?
Fucking
I heard the Biden administration is trying to get them in so they can get those votes.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, that's
He's
a
still
big,
gonna fucking
it's a
lose,
big thing.
Yeah, I don't see a way he wins, dude. That dude is not there.
bro. He literally goes up, and like he's obviously reading something that says, "Now walk off stage," and he turns around, he's like,
He takes a shit, bro.
"Yeah, bro."
He takes shits.
And then he walks off the fucking stage all fucking dumb,
He
bro.
handshakes the air, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Like towards the curtain.
He's like,
I'm pretty sure that shit clip is actually fake though.
The handshake in the air.
No, the shit clip like of him
That's
shitting on
fake?
stage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's fake because what they did, he was about to sit down in a chair, but like right as he is about to sit down, as he like bends over, they reversed it, so it looked like he. Like, just shut himself. But it's really funny though.
Bro, the funny thing is that no one really questions it.
Yeah, I know,
Everyone's just like,
that's what I'm saying.
oh, there, he shot again.
Yo, if he wins that, you know this shit is rigged.
bro,
Yeah.
then we're going to war. If Biden wins, World War III guaranteed.
I don't know about World War III, but there's gonna be some
Bro.
fucking riots. That are
No,
gonna go.
dude, I don't know. I mean, like I talked about this on the last podcast. Right now, like like especially Russia, fucking dude. What are you guys doing over there, man? Why are you guys attacking the Ukrainians?
What
man?
about
like,
Russia?
bro,
dude,
like,
dude,
you
okay.
guys are fucking just, dude. Like, I get you want to take over Europe and shit.
Isn't
but
it much
fuck,
deeper
dude.
than that though?
It is.
It is much
yeah,
deeper,
it
and I
is
don't want to
much
get your
deeper.
podcast. And I don't want to get your podcast banned.
Yeah,
off
it's
everything.
true. Yeah, fuck all that
But,
shit, man.
but I could really tell you the truth about that. And well, the truth is that I'm just gonna say you can bleep it out if you want. But America has been kind of pressuring Russia into this by setting up bases around them.
True.
And essentially, like think of Cuba. Remember when I think it was, I don't know if it was Russia that had missile bases like Cuba, but essentially, some other, I think it was Russia actually. It was during the Cold War, which kind of started the Cold War. Russia set up missile bases in Cuba, and that's why America was so much against Cuba and against Fidel Castro, because
Yeah.
they were allowing that.
Yeah.
The same thing is kind of happening in Ukraine, under the false premise of Russia invading them. Which the thing is, I think Russia's in the wrong. They should have not invaded them, just to set the record straight. I think the whole war is wrong. Like, obviously, there's no reason that there should be any war at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're literally fighting for politicians, which is the most stupid shit you could do. But the thing is, you're being forced into it, which is really fucked up.
Yeah.
And I have cousins that would have been sent out to Ukraine from Russia.
Yeah.
Because they're Russian and they don't fucking want to do that. So they're skipping out on that and they're hiding out because they don't want to die.
You guys have to physically hide out?
Yeah.
Because I heard, just in general, there's so many things that they're changing in, like, military-wise all over in, like, every country. Like, Germany wants to bring back the draft.
Well, yeah. And they want to do it here too.
Yeah, which is kind of like, fuck.
I never signed that paper.
But, like, why? It's just a fact that they're all trying to bring these things back. It's obviously like a sign something is going on behind the fucking scenes. I mean, like, dude, think about all the wars going on. China's about to invade Taiwan.
Well, that's the big thing. Like, really, America, I think, is worried more about China than Russia, because Russia doesn't give a fuck about America, really.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
They just want to get Ukraine back because, well, Putin says it's because of Nazis. There's no, like, obviously there's Nazis everywhere, but, like, it's not the reason they're there, really. Or even if it is, like, it's the dumbest fucking reason ever.
Russia's also trying to, like, get in through Mexico, bro.
What do you mean?
Like, I've been seeing
like
a lot.
Russians, like, immigrating through Mexico?
Well, they've been, like, Mexico and Russia have always kind of been sort of friendly, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's true.
especially now, like, this big thing that happened was Mexico started receiving, like, tons of just weapons and shit, like aircraft carriers,
Really?
planes, like fighter jets from Russia.
Is it the government or the cartel?
No, bro, the government. Like, the Mexican government that's currently in right now, that's, like, now heading out of presidency.
Mm-hmm.
They started just spending more money into the military and shit. And America got pissed off from that.
So you're saying that they're trying to invade through Mexico?
Well, okay, so whenever there's, like, Putin talks,
yeah.
he always refers to, and Mexico's brought up, he always refers to how, like California and, like, Texas and Arizona and all that used to be Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh yeah, like, you have to, like, take it back or something. Or, like, we'll aid or some shit like that.
It's kind of the same shit he's saying about
But
Ukraine.
yeah, but so he started putting more money into the military, and that made America mad, like all the U.S. like congressmen and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to, like, do sanctions and shit, the same shit they were trying to do on Russia. But then the Mexican president, he was like, yo, like, you can't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not like a part of America. We're a free sovereign country. Like, we're free to do whatever we want. Like, just because we're fixing our military or whatever, like, doesn't mean you're going to come over here and tell us no. Like, America was getting pissed at that. So, like, America's like, oh yeah, like, we see you, but we don't want you to be better, or, like, we don't want to see you, like, upgrade, you know?
Well, that makes sense. America thinks it's number one, which it is. But
Yeah. And what I was getting at is, so they're getting all this shit from Russia. So they're also, like, really close now. Mexico and Russia currently are way closer than America and Mexico. And if I was America, bro, like, you would want to be good with both countries that are bordering your country, right? Like Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
But for some reason, America's not like that. I don't know, man.
Shit's going down, bro.
But it's like
America's
super
a hater.
deep, dude. It's super deep, and
Yeah.
like a lot of people don't
Sorry,
ever
guys,
think
that
about
was
that.
loud. I have something I want to add to all this that we're talking about, because I heard this on this podcast today. Excuse me. I was listening. I was listening to Theo Vaughn today, and he had on. Let me fucking give you this guy's name, just so I don't talk out of my ass. You know, because this is some serious shit that they were talking about, bro. Like, this guy has been doing, like, crazy, like, research for years, and what the fuck is his Um, investigative journalist Nate Helver. Okay, I can't say names. Can you say his name?
Nate Halverson.
Halverson. Yeah, that
Bro.
guy,
You couldn't sound that out.
bro. I'm so shit.
Axel
man.
can't read,
I can't
guys.
read, guys. I can't fucking read. Straight up, I can't. But he's like a guy that he's an investigative reporter and producer behind the documentary of The Grab, which explores the international race to control access to food and water. And they're saying a reason why Russia is invading Ukraine right now is because their access to water. Like, they're saying like the biggest thing right now, the way to control the people is it's not through war and like all that stuff. It's gonna be through food
That's true.
and
though.
water.
Yeah.
Because
Resources.
that's why so many other countries are buying so much land here in the US, because those certain pieces of land are like filled with water for them to be able to produce their own fruits, vegetables and all that, and then ship them back to their country, because all the other countries are running out of these water supplies.
They're not self-sufficient.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah, a lot of
America,
them, especially Europe. Europe
yeah.
is fucked.
Europe is very, very fucked. So they're saying that's one reason why Russia is invading Ukraine right now, because they're not trying to take the land back for like those other reasons. They're just trying to take it back for like the source of
The
water.
resources?
For water, yeah.
But Russia is self-sufficient, no?
Russia is the biggest country in the world.
Yeah.
They,
Like,
they, have,
everything.
more land than any other country. They have more resources than any other country.
All I'm gonna say is listen to the podcast. It's actually super like informative of like
Fake news, bro.
I don't know,
Fake news.
man. This guy like he goes to these countries and
Yeah.
all this stuff, and like he's
So from his research, that's what he gathered.
yeah.
Well, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure Ukraine does produce. I don't know if it's wheat. I think it's wheat.
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
They have like hella just agricultural.
Well, I'm pretty sure that their biggest export is wheat. Like that's
Okay.
in their flag. Like the blue is the sky and the yellow is the wheat.
Mm.
Oh shit.
I think. I might be wrong about that, but yeah, they do produce a lot of food. So
Yeah.
that does make sense, kind of.
Like now, like all these big countries are trying to take over places that are like big, food producers, because that's gonna be like the new way that they're gonna take over, like, and control people.
Have you seen that Bill Gates is buying up a bunch of farmland? Or
Dude,
he already
been
has,
buying-
bro.
He
already
he's the
has,
richest man in
yeah.
America. He owns
Yeah.
almost, I think,
Except
all
for
the
Elon Musk.
farmland. Yeah,
It's like 70-something percent, I think, of
75.5%
farmland.
of farmland is owned by Bill Gates.
And a
That's
lot of
crazy
his
when you think about
crops
it.
are
That's
like
fucking nuts.
It's
engineered,
fucking-
bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, shit's going down, man. But
He also released
fuck,
like
man.
hella fake mosquitoes into the air.
Yeah, I heard.
What?
About that.
I didn't
Yeah,
hear
bro.
about this. What?
They're like robotic mosquitoes or some shit.
So, what, like, if I get bit by this, like, what? Am I gonna get fucking electrocuted, or like, what's gonna
I
happen?
We
forgot.
gotta look at. Hey, Romy, Jamie, can you look it up?
Roman, I forgot what it was about. Like
Bill
why?
Gates released the mosquitoes in the air.
Yeah, but he like it. He did that shit, bro.
Yeah, he
Really,
did.
dude?
And it like they carry something. I forgot what it was. It was really sketchy.
They all carry
bro.
malaria.
They all carry like some sort of shit.
Fuck you guys! You don't want to get a vaccine?
Yeah.
You're gonna take this shit.
And like the thing is, bro, Bill Gates is like founder of Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why the fuck would this nerd want all this like farmland?
We
Like,
all use this product.
yeah, like
She
I
got
don't
it
know,
up.
man.
What you got? What you got?
The numbers mission.
World
Read all those
Mosquito
words.
Program, bro. This is some legit shit, guys.
The World Mosquito Program. The World Mosquito Program, WMP, is a non-for-profit group of companies. Wait, this is from the website, though. Hold on, this is fake.
Oh, fake.
Try it again. Can you just
It's not
this is way
touchscreen.
too many words for me.
Find us
Yeah,
good
please.
sources.
Find like a good, just quick source.
Yeah.
Is this one not a good
Never from the
Yeah,
direct
yeah,
site. They lie.
You go to Infowars.com.
Yeah.
National Institute of Health?
Nothing with .gov. They're just gonna lie.
Yeah, I
Remember in
guys,
school, bro, when
.gov.
they told you like cite your sources and they would be like anything .org and .gov .net is gonna be a good source.
Yeah,
They're lying
psych.
to us, bro.
You can just read it from the official website, though. He'll just hear a narrative that he's spinning on
Yeah.
that.
Just read a headline.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just
something
just the
quick.
headline. I don't want to read all that.
Bill Gates' Tide Mosquito Project is not responsible recent U.S. malaria case.
Bro.
I called it.
No way.
Okay, he said it's not responsible. Yeah,
My
right.
ass, bro, my ass, dude. Fucking Bill Gates, we're coming after you. Grew
Have
up
you seen how he
influenced.
looks too, bro? He looks
He
weird.
looks weird.
Bro, me and Romy
He
thought
looks
we saw
off.
Bill Gates like a couple months ago in Redmond. We called out the guy.
Wait,
He
you
looked like-
actually saw him in Redmond?
No, we thought dude, it looked
Oh.
exactly like Bill Gates.
It was
like,
probably a
super
stunt.
tall.
It was a double.
Might have been, bro, because like we were leaving
You
the
know he
parking
got
lot.
some. He definitely got
Oh
some.
yeah.
He crossed, like he was crossing the crosswalk and he passed our car. And we're like, dude, that's fucking Bill Gates. And we're like, oh, nah, it's not. But and then we were driving away. Somebody rolled the window down. And they're like, Bill Gates, Bill Gates. He actually looked. He's like, what the fuck?
He
dude?
looked.
Wait, you
We're
know
like-
how many people actually look like Bill Gates here though in this area?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I
But
feel like
a lot of
almost
people.
every old guy could pass as Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Dude, and then again, Romy thought she fucking saw Jeff Bezos
I
at the
saw
French
Jeff Bezos,
bakery.
bro.
Actually?
I swear I saw Jeff Bezos, dude.
Nah,
There's
Swear.
no way you saw.
It
He's
was
way
in
too rich to
Medina,
be
bro.
seen by us
It was
peasants.
in Medina. Next, like,
Okay,
by his
Medina
house.
maybe. Medina maybe.
I swear, dude.
Maybe.
Okay, I was rolling
He
through.
moved, though. He moved. He doesn't live in Washington anymore.
This was back then.
He was hanging out with Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, bro. Okay, so like we were just rolling through that neighborhood, like over in Medina. I think it's called Jack's Point or something.
For those
like
that don't know, Medina is like the richest neighborhood.
Yeah,
that's
in
where,
Bellevue,
like,
near Bellevue.
If you want to find like a celebrity or someone, they
Just
probably
If
work
you want
there.
to find Bill Gates, you go
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
you go there, yeah.
Literally.
Pretty much we were rolling through there because my dad actually worked like at his house
Mhm.
and his ex-wife's house,
That's crazy.
and the ex-wife
Mhm.
actually bought a house like down the street from him. But we were just like rolling through. My dad was like showing me around because he used to work there, and we're coming out of that community and we're in the roundabout, like the roundabout that connects to the freeway, the 520.
yeah.
We're rolling through there, and I see this like Beamer, and I see the driver, and he's bald, and like right as I see that, like right, I'm telling my dad, I'm like, bro, that'd be so crazy if we saw Jeff Bezos right now. And then the Beamer, like he like passes right next to me, and I see him, and he's bald, bro, and he literally looks like Jeff Bezos.
Wait, but he's driving?
He was driving. Yeah.
There's no way Jeff Bezos
Bro,
drives.
you
Jeff,
never
Jeff
know,
doesn't
like,
drive, bro.
You don't know that,
Dude,
What if he does?
nah.
In a
bro.
Beamer?
Yeah, it was a white Beamer, bro.
No, okay. When she said she saw Jeff Bezos at the French bakery, he was hanging out with this Indian dude
And
Right,
they came
and,
in
like,
a
she sent,
Tesla.
like-
They came in a Cybertruck,
in a
right?
Cybertruck. Yeah,
Yeah.
like there was like a Cybertruck parked outside, so she was like, "It has to be like Jeff Bezos."
And it was like it was before they were released, I think, too.
No, they just had
Mm.
gotten released.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
but it was we've never seen one here in Washington.
Yeah, that was
at
the
least
first
until
one.
then.
Yeah. I see him everywhere now.
Yeah, and it was like a bald dude. And she like took a picture of him from the side. From the side, I was like, maybe that is Jeff Bezos. And then like we kept looking at it, and we're like, nah, Jeff Bezos is actually more ripped, and this guy was all flimsy and fucking like scrawny, dude.
Bro, the Jeff Bezos I saw, I swear it looked like him. Like, he's like, his face is kind of weird.
Yeah, his face is a little weird, bro.
He looks like an alien, bro.
Well, all those billionaires do.
Yeah, they do.
Have you guys been seeing those posts on Instagram
What,
lately?
reptilians?
No, there's been like a bunch of Instagram like social media like accounts like they're saying aliens live among us, either pretending to be humans or they have a base in the moon.
Okay, you had me until you said the moon.
Yeah, bro.
That's what that's what the fucking headline said.
I think they have a base in the ocean. That would make a lot of sense.
That would I think that would make a lot. There's a bunch of theories I've heard that
Yeah.
it would make so much sense for
Antarctica,
them.
bro.
Yeah,
That's where they come
the
from.
hole in the center of the earth.
Yeah.
You think that's true?
Dude, I don't want to get on a tangent, but there is this one pretty much in crypto's weird, right? Start off with that. So every now and then there's people that will make a riddle to get some reward per se.
Yeah.
And one of the riddles it had to do with finding the center of Antarctica in the hole and going down into it. And I just went into a deep, deep rabbit hole looking into that shit because that was just part of the riddle. And essentially, I think it's called Project High Jump, where there was people that went up to Antarctica to check it out to see if it was possible to build a military base there, which now there's plenty of military bases there.
Doesn't
Um,
every country have like a base?
Well, yeah,
in Antarctica?
it can't be owned by a single country, so it's like you just kind of
No,
Is it
yeah,
just
yeah.
free real estate?
That's why it's like
bases.
it's every country has
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
base there.
So essentially, I forgot the actual source of this, but it was some credible, like, I could find it later for you, but pretty much there is reports that, like, people went over there
Mhm.
and they flew over Antarctica in jets, and they saw like weird shit, and they saw UFOs, and they saw like the whole blah blah. And then later in the article, or in that post thing, it says that those kind of are not very credible. It was made up by some guy that wanted to get like a headline or something.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I feel like Antarctica, there's definitely military bases there.
Yeah.
But is there like a hollow earth in there, or is there like a fucking aliens there?
don't know.
Maybe if they're really good at hiding. But the thing is, if aliens are that good at hiding that they want to choose to live in Antarctica of all places, why the fuck would they live there instead of like in space?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
sure,
true.
they could have a base there, but it's so far from everything. Why would they, unless they can like teleport? But
To
but if they can
monitor us,
teleport, they
bro.
can also go anywhere the fuck they want.
Yeah, but it's to monitor us. Like I heard after we dropped the bombs in Japan, there was a lot of alien sites.
Well,
like, all
there's
over the
aliens in the
world.
Bible, or no, I don't know if it's in the Bible, but like in ancient, like in ancient paintings, not ancient, but like like from the
Like
Renaissance.
Egyptian like kind of type shit.
Egyptians do have some UFOs. There's also just like there's a really famous painting that has a UFO in the background of it,
Hmm.
just like floating UFO, and there's just tons of references to UFOs throughout like ancient culture.
History in general.
Yeah.
Because you go to church and you read the Bible, right? Has there been like stories like that where they like speak about things like that?
I don't think they ever like directly say that it is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there is like giants and shit, bro,
Yeah.
and like dinosaurs, all that shit. Like this just was in the Bible and it's real. But like I've also seen where people say that the North Pole is like the Garden of Eden.
Hmm.
Because in the
Never heard
Bible,
that
the way
one.
it describes it in the location, it directly describes like that there's like these 3 rivers that it comes up, like it flows out of, and like everyone started doing like research on it and stuff. You're also not allowed to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just can't go there for some reason. I don't know why, but
Is it the North or the South Pole?
the North Pole,
North.
bro. Like
Yeah.
specifically the North Pole. Like,
My parents have been to the South Pole, but not the North.
yeah, and they just
That's dope.
say how like the Garden of Eden could be located like here on Earth, and it's the North Pole.
That could make sense because at one point it was like a lush forest, jungle,
Yeah.
whatever it was. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Isn't that what Egypt was?
Yeah.
Before it turned into like all sand. Like
Yeah.
before it used to be like a rainforest, a jungle, like it was trees everywhere and everything, but then
That river there, whatever it's called, used to be bigger or whatever.
The
Yeah.
Euphrates River, maybe?
Not
that
the
the Nile.
Yeah,
The
Nile.
Nile, yeah.
Yeah.
There's also in the Bible it also says like that the deserts, I forgot what desert, but one of the deserts over there in that area,
yeah.
like it's all gonna be turning like green and like vegetation is gonna come back
Mm-hmm.
in nearing the end times. And there's been like floods and shit, and it's all turning like vegetation is coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
A lot of crazy shit's
There's
happening
a
right now.
lot of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's not-
But you can't really, like, you kind of just have to take it like one day at a time, and you just, I don't know, maybe be aware of what's going on. But because if you dive into it, bro, you're just gonna go into a deep rabbit hole, and you're just gonna be that person that's like constantly talking about all these things that you can't even prove and shit.
yeah.
It's cool to think about. Like, first of all, we live in a really crazy world of crazy history, but we also live probably in the craziest time ever. Like, just the rate of progress and technology that we have right now is fucking insane. Like, we're literally talking into pieces of metal with
I've
wire
actually-
in it,
dude,
Yeah.
I'm so glad
into
you
a
said that,
fucking
bro.
like little
Yeah, into that.
into a glass that transmits all this
And
stuff.
we're gonna upload it.
Yeah.
onto
Into a
something.
fucking
What the fuck?
ether that's fucking
Yeah.
cloud that everyone can see.
It's actually crazy.
And it's all made from shit from Earth.
Like
Yeah.
I think about
It's
it, like
nuts.
how does my phone, like, how does this record my voice and like another person can hear me on like the other side of the world?
And you like technically explain it. You know, like, oh, this is it has
Yeah,
a
but
microphone,
it
blah
just
blah. But
doesn't make sense.
like,
bro.
who the fuck made that?
Bro,
yeah.
AI, bro.
Who discovered that?
Oh my
And
AI is crazy.
AI is
dude.
yeah. I feel like in 10 years it's gonna be even weirder.
Oh yeah.
You think
Bro.
it'll be something like iRobot?
I
That'd
don't,
be crazy.
honestly, I don't think it would be like that. But dude, just remember when like Siri was like the first thing, right? Like AI
Yeah, kind
that
of.
you could kind of categorize. it
yeah,
AI.
yeah, true.
And like you'd like ask simple commands and shit.
Yeah.
Now you can type in a prompt into like ChatGPT or something and just boom, just like that.
And it's a way more like smart AI
Yeah.
than Siri, because Siri is just like it's kind of prompt based. Like you ask it, how do I get to the grocery store, or where can I buy this, blah blah, and it gives you a response based on that because it already has an answer for that.
Yeah.
But ChatGPT and other AI can kind of go off on their own and think of, and you can trick it into saying stuff that it shouldn't say. And
yeah,
you-
dude.
Like they say AGI, artificial general intelligence, is going to get reached in like 2060. So not 2060, 2026,
Damn.
which is when they expect to have it. Which that's probably going to be like the biggest leap forward we've ever had in terms of like technology.
Just in
I
2
think
years,
when they
bro.
get it to like, or maybe they are already doing it, but like when they start using AI to just do all the like research and shit.
Well, dude, I use it for my
Right.
videos sometimes. Like,
Yeah, bro, I use it to make my clips.
Yeah. No, but like
you're watching this, like,
yeah, but like the people that are researching AI.
Yeah.
Like what if AI develops it like by itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah, if it can start
Some
building itself,
iRobot
if it
shit,
makes
bro.
a
Yeah.
simulation of its own like planet that it built, dude, and it can run it a million times faster than anything we can imagine,
Yeah.
and it knows every single outcome,
Mm-hmm.
and then it decides that we are just a little ant that's in its way, and we need to get killed.
Done.
It's like Doctor Strange, bro.
Yeah, and it can wait forever.
Damn,
It-
yeah.
it never dies. It can wait for 50, 100 years for the perfect time when
Yeah.
it has all the power, it has all the nukes, and then it's
Yeah.
like, fuck you.
Estimating everything, can control everything.
And then he does Hike's move, bro. What did Hike do? He's like,
We are getting towards that time where we do have to call the pod to an end. So I want to ask you, or do you want to ask the question?
yeah, you can ask.
It's our famous staple question.
What influenced you?
Yeah, what is something that has influenced you growing up to be the person that you are today?
Definitely my parents. I feel like that's an easy cop out. Like,
Yeah.
but if it wasn't my parents, it would be the internet. I got raised by the internet mostly. Like ever since I was probably 10, ever since I had a computer, I was always on there.
Yeah.
And I was always on YouTube. I was watching videos. I was just going places I probably shouldn't have gone. Seeing shit I shouldn't have seen.
Bum, bum, ba-da,
But
bum.
but all that eventually kind of grew me into the person I am today.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know the internet pretty well now. And I also know how to maneuver myself in it.
Yeah.
I know how to stay smart, not share too much, not compromise myself.
For sure. That's new. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
I haven't heard
Internet.
that one. Internet, yeah. Fuck with that. Is there anything else that you want to just say in general? Just, before we end this pod, that you want to just let the people know?
I don't know. Live free.
Live free. Live free, guys. Yeah.
Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, man.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking sheep,
That's right.
please. We have enough of those,
Yeah.
especially in this area, man.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that all you want to say?
Yeah, that's pretty much all.
Awesome. Well, don't forget, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and a bunch of other podcast platforms. Just look up Group Influence, download the episodes, give us a 5 stars. It helps. And Misha, again, man, thank you for finally coming on the pod.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad.
Yeah, thank you,
I'll
bro.
be happy to come back someday.
Oh, yeah. You guys are definitely going to be seeing him again more often. Just seems like there's a lot more things that we could obviously talk about,
I mean, we barely even got into YouTube, honestly.
Yeah.
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 We kind of got
There's
sidetracked.
like a whole rabbit hole there, but if any of your viewers end up seeing this, subscribe.
Comment.
Uh, comment if you're one of Skate or Die's, fans. Just
Wait,
comment
no,
Skate or Die.
no. If you are a Skate or Die fan, do you agree that he's washed?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Yeah, if you do,
They're probably
if you
mad I'm
made it
not
this
making
far,
skateboarding videos anymore.
Just comment down washed.
Yeah.
Word of the day, washed. Yeah.
But without further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
See ya.
See you.